Common sense buffs. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some dope content to react to. Run up the score by hitting that like and subscribe button. Over 800 subscribers on our way to 1,000. All right, guys, I'm back with one of your favorite pieces of content that we put out, my updated offensive depth chart. I love what I'm seeing from Brennan Marion in the go-go offense. I love what I'm seeing from a lot of the big names that we expected big things from. And guess what, guys? We are not even at full strength with many of our big names out right now nursing injury. But listen, this is the most up to date depth chart that I have right now going into the spring game. Remember, this year, the spring game is going to be black versus gold. So the teams that were drafted earlier are going to be playing each other in the spring game on Saturday. I know that you guys are going to be tuned in for that one. But let me go ahead and just go over the offensive starters in terms of a depth chart as I have it right now. So Julian Lewis is taking all of the one reps right now. He is solidified as the number one QB. But according to Coach Prime, right behind him is Isaac Wilson applying pressure. Both these quarterbacks, I think Isaac got off to a better start. Julian Lewis is starting to get more comfortable in this offense, and both of them are battling it out, iron sharpening iron. I give both of them a gold star so far this spring for the performances that they're putting in, followed by the dynamic freshman, Keneal Sweetwine. We really haven't seen a lot from him, but I really love 6'3", a bigger quarterback, very mobile, and he has two great quarterbacks ahead of him that he could learn from. And getting groomed in a Brennan Marion system is going to bode very well for his future. Now, I have starting here Damian Henderson and DeKalen Taylor, both because of their productivity in the run game. It has been absolutely outstanding, and it's so great to see the game breaking ability of DeKalen Taylor on display. I just did a full reaction of his 2025 highlights. They are on the channel. Go and check it out. But I love to see the big running back, right? Over 6 foot, I think 200 plus, right? Really breaking big plays in the practices and allowing his shine to be seen by us, because maybe he's been doing that all spring, but actually seeing him do that on film has been fantastic. And then Micah Welsh, Mr. Reliable, has been working himself back into the full rotation. And I heard this from his coach, Johnny Mack. He says, you really need to be the example in this room, Micah, because of all of these guys, you have the most Division One experience. And so love to see Michael Welsh returning from injury, missed some practices early in the spring and getting his full stride back. He's broken some big runs as well. So not only can the go-go offense be that kind of grinding run game, they're constantly looking for explosives, and you can see explosives being provided by all three and four of these backs that I'm going to talk about. So Richard Young, I think he continues to try to find his footing here. I have him behind Damian Henderson, DeKalen Taylor, and Micah Welsh on the depth chart. But look out for Bryce Hicks, who is making plays both in the pass and in the run game, and is also showing himself to be a game breaker. So that's kind of how I have it stacked in the three deep. Now let's move to wide receiver, the room that everybody was talking about when it comes to Colorado. Probably one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver room in all of the Big 12. And as I mentioned in the outset, we got some guys on IR, right? Haven't seen much of Christian Ward, Joseph Williams, a little bit of Hakeem Williams early in the spring, but he is now out. We haven't seen DeAndre Moore or Taggart Barton. I think Taggart's kind of working his way back into the rotation. So clearly, as advertised, Danny Scudero and Cam Perry on either side as my starting X and Z, and those guys could be flipped interchangeable and also play in the slot. I give Danny Scudero here the gold star from the wide receivers because practice in and practice out, he has consistently been the guy, at least on what we're allowed to see, making plays. Cam Perry did much of that earlier in the spring. After spring break, things have kind of tapered off, but we've seen that consistency from Danny Scudero. And a guy that has really popped after his return from IR has been Quentin Gibson. And I give him a gold star because he came in, immediately started to make an impact in both the short and the long game. And another Mr. Reliable here, Caleb Mathis. Every single practice, he does not get lost in the shuffle. He's always making plays and earning his reps. And then it was great to see Ernest Campbell back in the last practice that I watched, I believe was either from Monday or Tuesday this week. But again, like Coach Prime says, your best ability is availability, and he is going to work his way back in. Just because you're back doesn't mean you automatically get bumped up the depth chart. He's going to continue to do what he has always done, which is make plays. Now, my favorite unit, right? It's like a 1-2 in terms of running backs and offensive line, but I absolutely love this offensive line unit, not just for the individual personnel, but for how they play together as a unit. So Le'Veon Bell has solidified himself as that left tackle, that Jordan Seaton replacement. Every single rep with the ones, you're seeing Le'Veon Bell. Yaya Atia. Early on, I gave Chauncey Gooden the nod, but Chauncey, I believe, is nursing something, and so I have Yaya Atia starting at left guard. Now, an interesting sighting from that 2024 team, the former starting right tackle, Philip Houston, probably because of what Chauncey Gooden is nursing, is now the number 2 left guard. So be on the lookout for number 56, Philip Houston, trying to make noise on the interior versus the exterior like he was 2 years ago. Demetrius Hunter, I love this pickup at center. Mr. Consistency. Again, I continue to be concerned about depth. I continue to be concerned about depth at center. I would ideally like to see somebody else as a true center here. Now, we know Yaya has some versatility with the ability to move to center in an emergency situation, but I would love to see more depth here. Backing him up is Sean Kinney, who is also playing very well as the number 2. Jose Soto, great pickup. Brendan Marion knew exactly what he was doing bringing over Jose from Sacramento State. He is solidified as the starting right guard currently. I know he was nursing some injury. I think he missed a couple practices. I don't know if he was nursing injury. He did miss a few practices, and I thought the outstanding transfer from Ohio State, Javon McFadden, stepped in and picked up where he left off. So I don't necessarily think there's a battle here, but I'm very, very happy with what I see at this 1-2 here at right guard, and also this 1-2 here at center. And one of the players that's really starting to come into his own is Larry Johnson, the starting right tackle from 2025, was moved inside temporarily, but because the battle between Bo Hughley, Taj White, and Larry Johnson was so heated for that right tackle, it appears that later on in the spring, heading into the spring game, Larry Johnson has earned his starting job back. All right, so outstanding job there by Larry Johnson. I love what I'm seeing from the tight ends, particularly the 1-2 of Zach Atkins, Fisher Clements, but do not forget Corbin Lazier, the sophomore, who is playing extremely well and is part of that rotation, particularly when they have multiple tight ends in the game. And then the X factor, right? Quanell Farrakhan is taking advantage of some of these other wide receivers being out on IR, and he is making a lot of plays, and so I give him a gold star as well. So that was just a quick run through of where I have my offensive starters for these Colorado Buffaloes, but I want to hear from you. Join me in the conversations. Let's get join me in the comment section. Let's get the conversation going. I'm excited to learn where you have your depth chart, where you see some real battles happening during spring ball, and who you're most excited to see on Saturday for the black and gold spring game. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, peace.